These two could have fought naked and it still wouldn't have been entertaining. I know that's probably not the right thing to say, but it was so shit.
All right, shot from Esparza.
That was a good entry.
How do we score this? I think that's a more interesting question of like, how the fuck do we score this? Because a takedown, when you achieve nothing with a takedown and the other person pops back up, that's nothing. That's as good as nothing. You've expended some energy. You've achieved nothing. You haven't hurt them. They're fine. They're back up. You haven't controlled them. You achieved nothing. So what are we scoring here? This is the thing is, Rose defended that so well and popped back up. It's like, well, what are you worried about? Put it on her. Put it on her. Because you know when she takes you down, you'll be right back up. Get in her face and beat the fuck out of her like you can. I think Rose, in terms of skill, is as good as any female fighter that's ever lived. And I know people believe Shevchenko's better. That's fine. Each their own. I just love the way Rose moves. The way she glides. Her footwork is above most men, right? It really is. It's elite. And yet all of those tools, but it's up here that she is her own worst enemy. And we've seen performances where she's been out of this world and performances where she doesn't look like she's even there. She's literally out of the world. She's gone. She's not even fucking on the planet. You're like, come on, hello. You're in an octagon. It's so disappointing because I want her to have a legacy. And I really believe that she's got the ability to go down as the greatest of all time at strawweight. But she's so hot and cold. I mean, you're just not even in range. 99% of this fight wasn't even in range. It was, if we're being honest, cowardly from both fighters. And I say that because your job is to fight. No fight took place here. It was, in fact, that's probably the best way to call it, a no contest. I would have ruled this a no contest and just left it at that, really. Maybe strip Rose of the belt if you want, whatever, really. I don't really care because this fight was not worthy of a winner. The thing that's interesting was the talks in between in the corner.
Every time she misses, you get on her. Okay? Again, start closing the gap, apply the pressure.
Trevor Whitman is saying, when she misses, close the gap, get on her, right? Yeah, why did that fucking happen? Surely after she comes back, they're going to tell her.
Time to have fun. Okay, you stay so disciplined, you're better everywhere. Go out there and show what you're all about. Okay. You're the best martial artist in the world. She can't get you anywhere. Okay? Go out there and show who you are, okay?
I feel like they're worried about her mind state too much here. Like, this is a cage fighter, and they're trying to, like, build her up and build her confidence up during the fight, but it's time to go. It's instruction time. It ain't time to, all of that is before the fight. When you're in there, it's got to be about getting those results and telling her the truth, surely. Because what you're telling her ain't working. They did an MMA interview with them.
There he is. What's up, Pat? How are you?
Hey, what's happening, man? How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you for doing this, my friend.
Why is Pat doing this interview? People, with all due respect, don't give a fuck about Pat Barry, even during his career. Like, Pat Barry was a motherfucker. Like, he could bang, don't get me wrong, but, like, he was never... she's the champ. She should be answering the criticism. It feels like he's putting himself forward to sort of deflect away from that right now.
I saw Rose in the background over there, so hello to her as well, if she can hear me.
Hey.
Hello.
Hey, I'm doing laundry.
I didn't want to be rude and just ignore your presence, but we saw you walking in the background there.
She's literally like behind him. Like, there's a saying about hiding behind someone. It's quite literal here.
That's such a vulnerable time for like athletes or just a competitor that I feel like you can be very impressionable by the rest of the world as far as like, I don't know. You just...
His eye movements. He's like, it's clear as day who runs the show in this relationship.
It's not going to sound... correct. It's not going to sound like the right thing, but I'm happy with where we are right now.
Oh, bro. Nah. No, you're a yes man. You're a fucking yes man. You cannot be happy with your fighter losing a title by barely throwing punches in a fight for fucking 25 minutes. It is one of the worst performances a champion's ever had, and he is sitting there, bold-faced lying, not only about his fighter, but about his missus. It's not healthy for her. It's just not. This is how people lose. This is how yes men make you lose. And Pat is one of the reasons she's gotten as good as she is, because he obviously taught her so much of the kickboxing skills that's made her a fucking animal. But, he has to be real here.
It went the way that it went. It's not the result that we were looking for. It's not what we trained for. It's not the result that we prepared for. But I knew throughout the entire training camp, she needed a certain question answered. to herself, like internally, like just personally, she had something that she was looking for. And somewhere in those 5 rounds, she found it.
This man is just, that is amazing. That is men out there, right? We've all got to package things up at times when we're in a relationship, and we got to polish a turd. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes it's got to happen, and this man is doing the best job he can right now. Go on, Pat. I rate you, son.
Somewhere in the 5 rounds, she got that answer to that, whatever the question was that she was looking for. She got it in that 5 rounds.
Whatever the question, whatever it was, somewhere in that 5 rounds, she got it answered. And that's more important than the win, because at the end of the day, what do we even step in the cage for? It's for the experience, innit? It's not to win. It's not what we train for. We train to answer the questions. She got the answer.
We can be sitting here today and she's actually genuinely happy, comfortable, content.
Oh, no, I was just listening, but I did have something to say, but...
Well, I'm just curious.
No, I think...
She wants to be in the interview, but she doesn't, because she doesn't want the pressure. Yeah, this is just hilarious right now. I did not realize how good this is going to be.
My base level goals, like, come out on skates, like, happy, healthy, and safe. And then number 2 was, like, obviously win the fight. I literally said, I was like, I'll take what I can get, though, you know, because, like, ultimately, for this fight, all that matters is that I'm happy, healthy, and safe, because
her state of mind there is so not a fighter. It amazes me, because when you are that skilled, you have to have the animal inside, and she has it, but at times I feel like she loses that. When she sets herself up for an easy out of, I just want to get home, I just want to be happy, healthy, and safe, that's all I care about. It's her not putting expectation and pressure on her shoulders so that she doesn't break beforehand. And that's what this I'm the best stuff is all about. And I'm not trying to psychoanalyze, that's just what my opinion. You let us know in the comments, but I think she's trying to lighten the load on herself, and that is why she acted a little bit like a spoiled brat at the end of the fight, because this culture that they've created around her, where her coach and fella is clearly choosing his words very carefully around her and acting like walking on eggshells, it's not a good sign, in my opinion. And it's not what a fighter needs. A fighter needs the truth. Not all the time, but at the end of the fucking day. And the end of the day comes when you lose that belt, at the very least. That is at the latest point, the truth should come. The truth should come way before that, so that you don't lose the fucking belt. But the way they're pandering to her, I don't think that is helpful.
If you go back and we watched it only once. We're probably never going to watch it again.
You and the rest of the fucking world, bro.
All of the training to have control, all of the training that we put together to stay in control of your emotions, stay in control of yourself, we never once went over how to come out of that. When I got in the ring, I pretty much said, hey, man, I think we're up 4-0. You can feel free to kind of let go a little bit now and freestyle.
Isn't that the point though, not to freestyle? Because if you're up 4-0, you can take it.
Yes, that's the point.
Right.
That was the whole training camp, is not to.
Right.
The whole training camp was not to do that, expecting her to do it.
I've never ever heard anything like this, and this is just such weird rubbish I'm hearing right now. Oh God, what have you done? What have you done, bro?
Almost like as if you could see Rose go, ha, no, yeah, you try to trick me. It's like, we're not. She was so prepared to stick to the game plan, and she actually stuck to the game plan when we were telling her, all right, you can ditch it and go to something else now.
Bro, you should have fucking ditched it after round 1. Where is the common sense here? You guys have won gold. You didn't get to where you are by not being geniuses. The Waylay fucking head kick didn't happen by accident. You guys planned that downfall. You went and attacked her when she fell into that dead space. How did you go from all of that to talking like this?
I know what I'm looking at more than anyone else. Like, I know what I'm looking at I know what I see when she's in there more than anybody, more than anybody, man. I'm 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
But if that's the case, why did you allow her to fucking lose the title without a fight, without even trying? And that closeness and his inability to put it in black and white and just say it how it was to her, as a coach should be able to, because he's got to go and have a relationship with her after this. That may be too close. That may be an issue here. And you can see the way he watches his words around and stuff. I mean, let's be real. who's earning the money in this relationship? Pretty sure the champ is the one bringing in the cash. Yeah, you know what I mean? So he's probably like... Ugh.
Those are the same people that I have to ask. Like, what if Rose would have jumped in the air and started doing spin kicks and gotten taken down, crucifixed and elbowed in the face? Now what?
You know what? It would have been a damn sight more impressive than what did happen, because I'd always respect the fighter who goes out there, gives 100%, win or lose, than someone who doesn't actually try. And that fight wasn't a fight. That's my last words on that. Like, so that's me UFC 274 breakdown. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. We'll be back soon. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you later.